So as in Costin, I spelt it wrong. Send me the right spelling so that I can, in the private message, so that I can fix that up for you. So that you don't have to constantly be spelling your last name wrong. Good. Remember, you guys, give me that green check mark once you are into Weebly though. Okay, so Jaden, are you able to get in? Jenna. Hi, Jeremy. Glad you made it. Okay, good, Costin, good. So it wasn't my typing. Good. So for those of you coming in a little bit late, just a quick little review so far. Right now we are in the ADC planning, okay, you guys? We are in the introduction to Weebly and tutorial assignment, and we are going together step by step how to set up our Weeblies. So right now the students have just clicked onto this link here, how to access your Weebly site, and we are literally just in login mode, okay? Connor, just wait. Don't go a step ahead of me, okay? So just wait, all right? We need to do this together, you guys. All right? So once I see, Jaden, you should be in the ADC planning, okay, course, and it's called the Introduction to Weebly and Tutorial. Okay, so once you are logged in, make sure you give me that green check mark, okay. So Anthony, can you make sure you get logged in, please? Jeremy, let me know if there's any issues, you guys. But it looks like the majority of you guys are logged into Weebly and able to get in, okay? So Anthony and Jeremy, I'm gonna send the kids to the next step, but if you guys could get logged into Weebly, like I said, it's first name dot last name, and the password is planning, all right? So in the assignment for the rest of you guys, okay, you will see, let's just click on back to the assignment here. So now we're logged in. The first step is to change your site address, okay, or the domain name, okay? That's what Connor was asking about. So I think it prompts you right away when you start a new site to change that domain name, okay? No, so Anthony, you're not clicking in the right one. You need to go to, you can't just go to Weebly.com. You do not need an email for your Weebly site. Please make sure you get into the intro to Weebly. Okay, so Costin, was that for English? And if it's for English, just send me a detail, or no, okay, for ADC planning, the nutrition, send me a detailed message in Moodle, Costin, about what exactly you do not understand, okay? And we'll all message you back and make sure that you're on the right track, okay? So with your site address, you guys, okay, we've given you a specific way to do that because we want you guys to personalize it a bit, okay? So, but we also want it to be professional. It needs to be school appropriate, all right? Because you will be sharing these with each other and obviously with your teachers, okay? So, if you've got the pop-up dialog box right away to change your site address, awesome. You should change, make sure you choose the free option, please. We do not want you paying for anything. So please make sure you check the free option, and then you can change it to first name dot last name. So it'll look something like this, right, you guys? Right here. So the www.firstnamelastname.weebly.com. If it's taken, okay, because sometimes, again, like if you have a common name, that domain might be taken, totally fine. Add the number 1 to it, okay? That's probably the easiest thing to do. So now once you've changed your site address, okay, I'm gonna clear the poll. Once you've changed your site address, give me the green check mark in Blackboard. And then we'll go on to the next step. Now, if some of you guys chose and just closed that box, that's totally fine. You can actually, through your settings tab, so you'll notice a settings tab on the top bar, you can easily click in there and you'll see where to change your site domain. No, oh, for your domain, Ian, just put in Ian Thiessen. Don't worry about the dot. Yeah, just make it all one thing, all one big long name. Yeah. So Christina, like I said, because your name's pretty common, who knew? You might need to add that one, and it'll tell you, right? It'll give you a red X that it's taken, or yeah. So you can just add a 1 if you need to. Yeah, that's right, Christina. So again, you guys, give me those green check marks once you've changed your site address or your domain. Okay. And you won't have to remember this either, right, Chris? You guys won't have to remember your domain name. It just changes it and personalizes it. So when you see it up in the URL, it'll look cool. Yes, you are right, Anthony. The password is planning, but no capital. Okay, so just planning, all lowercase, and it's first name dot last name. Yeah. So Anthony, tell me if you still cannot get in. Okay, because you might be one of my special names too. Nope, Eric, no, it will automatically put in that www. Yeah, you just need to put in, okay, thanks, Anthony. You guys just need to put in that first name dot last name. So give me 2 secs here, Anthony, and I'll see what's going on with your account. So Anthony, what I'm gonna do, oh, see, look, Anthony, look what I did. Give me 2 seconds here, I see what I've done. I was typing too fast when I created your account, Anthony, and I spelled the password wrong. All right, there we go. So Anthony, if you refresh your Weebly page, now try first name dot last name and then planning. I spelled planning wrong. I was typing too fast. And then you should easily be able to get in. No problem. All right, Emery, how are you doing? Costin, did you guys change your site address? Connor, site address done. Kaylin, site address done. Give me those green check marks, you guys, so that I know you are up to date. All right, so I know that we might be going a little slow, you guys, but please bear with me because this is an important aspect of ADC setting that up, okay? So Eric, when you are, let's see if I can actually get in here, you guys. Let me just open up a new tab and I'll see if I can get into, oh my goodness, hold on. Let's see if I can get in. And I'll actually show you guys. All right, here we go. So I'm just going to use Mr. Fisher loves when I use his ePortfolio. So when you guys are in, right, if you need to change, so Eric, if you are missing where you changed the site address, because usually once you create a new site right away, you guys, you get a little pop-up box. But if you didn't get that, If you go to your settings tab right here, you'll see right here the site address. You just have to click this change button in, and it will allow you, and then this was the pop-up box that to change your website domain, right? Make sure you highlight this one because this is the free one, okay? And then you just have to type in first name, last name right here, okay? And then that's how you change it. And then you just make sure that you, and then you'll save it. It's all good. So you've got to go under that settings tab, okay? So I'm just gonna head back to the assignment here, you guys, because it looks like everybody's got their, almost everybody is close to changing that site address. So I'm gonna send you guys to the next step, because the next step takes a little bit longer, and this is where your creativity comes out, and that is choosing your theme. Now, this is, so it's almost like choosing your background, right? Like how your page is going to look when it's set up, or how your site's going to look when it's set up, okay? So when you're in your Weebly, you guys, you need to make sure that you are under theme, okay? So once you're under theme, you have tons of options, okay? If you want to change your theme, it should send you to the gallery, right? Now, these are all the different aspects, and it's all different categories as well, right, that you guys can use, okay? Now, the theme is, don't worry about the images that come up, right? So this is your standard image that would come up if you choose this theme. Don't worry about that. You're going to be changing it to personalize it towards you. What you do want to look at, though, is where are the pages going to be laid out? Are they along the top? Are they along the side? Some themes have the pages hidden, and you've got to click a little icon, and then the pages pop up, right? So what I want you guys to do is take a good 15 minutes to really go through the themes and choose a theme, because this is what happens though. Once you've chosen a theme, you can't change it, okay? Unless you change it today. Once you start putting work onto your ePortfolio, and then you want to change your theme, you will lose all your work, okay? All the work that you've uploaded, all the work that you've done will be lost. You have to choose a theme that you're going to be happy with for the rest of the semester, okay? So if you choose the theme today, you start doing your pages, we start personalizing stuff, and then you're like, it doesn't look as great as I want it to. It's safe to do it today. But later on, once we start uploading work, it won't be safe to change. So you need to really make sure that you choose a theme that you love, okay? But like I said, we're gonna be personalizing it. So don't really worry about like the images. It's really about, the colors and where the pages are laid out, that sort of thing, okay? So that's, Eric, that's what I'm saying. There, you've got to go through, there's hundreds of them, right? So some of them may have the pages along the bottom, some of them may have some along the side, some of them may have along the top, whatever it is, okay? They are quite different. You've just got to play around with it. So you guys can preview them as well, right? When you just hover over one of the themes, you can preview it and see what it looks like. Yes, Madison, you can choose any theme, okay? Any theme that you want that will work for you, okay? So let's take 15 minutes, you guys, and really take a look at the themes, okay? So go ahead and get started on that. All right. So that was about 15 minutes, grade 10s. Just come on back into Blackboard. Give me those green check marks that I know we're all back together and we're all listening. Okay. Even if you didn't find a theme that you really like, that's okay. You can have more time, but I want to check back in. Okay. And make sure that you guys, and I can send you to at least the next step once you have found that theme. Okay, so Kaylin, if you're there, Emery, Eric, Jaden, Jenna, give me those green check marks, you guys, so that I know you are good to go. Maddie, if you're there, okay. I want to make sure, so just for a recap, you guys, all right, just let me head back to the assignment so I can show you guys what we've done so far, right? We've watched the tutorial. We've logged into Weebly, right? Using our access link right here. We have changed our site address to our first name, last name, okay? To make it more personalized. And then we just finished choosing a theme, okay? Now, the next step that you're going to be choosing, okay, or that you're going to be completing, okay, I'm just gonna scroll down. And I'm actually gonna skip step 3, you guys. We're gonna come back to that, the last part, because this takes a good chunk of time, okay? What I'd like to do is set up your pages. That's the next step. So once you have a theme chosen for your Weebly, now what you're going to do is set up your pages. So when you will see right here in the assignment, this is all the pages that you need to set up, okay? Right here. Ensure that you keep your home page and just call it home, okay? And then we're gonna be adding content to each of these pages as the semester goes on, okay? These are your required pages, okay? You do not have to add anything to these pages yet, okay? So use this image to help you, but I'm going to actually also quickly show you as well, okay? So once you have chosen that theme, and I'm just gonna go back to Mr. Fisher's website here, you guys. What you're going to go into is along the top toolbar, you will see pages. Now you will see this looks very, very different, you guys, because Mr. Fisher does teach ADC, okay? Not ADC planning, but it's to our grade 11, so it does look very, very different, okay? What I want you guys to do, I'm just gonna show you how to add a page, okay? And then I'll delete it from Mr. Fisher's portfolio. So you will see once you're under that Pages tab along your toolbar, the left-hand toolbar changes and it shows your pages. So if you want to add a page, yours is going to look very empty though. If you want to add a page, you're just going to click on this plus bar. Then you get a drop-down menu. All your pages are going to be the very first option, okay? They're going to be standard pages. So when you click on that, nice and easy, right? Now you just name your page, and that's when you look at the image, right? So you look at the image and I say, okay, my first one's my home page, so I'm gonna keep this and call it home, right? Then you can just hit done and it saves it and you'll see that it pops up, okay? So, oh, I logged out, here we go. So what we're gonna do is once you've got all those in, okay, what you will notice though, I'm just gonna go back to the assignment, is see how some of these pages are indented from the main page, right? These are creating sub pages. So when you go to here and you go to pages, you'll see that again, some of them are indented. So when you go to your page, you'll actually get a drop-down menu. These are called sub pages, okay? So how you do that is super, super easy. Once you've created all your pages, okay, you can literally just click and drag your pages to the right, and they will create subpages. Okay? Super easy. All right? So that's really, really important. Okay? And I'm just actually going to delete this new page so Mr. Fisher doesn't get mad at me. All right? So that is how you create your pages. So I'm going to keep this up so you guys can have reference to it as well. Okay? And so Ian, this is exactly what it's going to look like right here. Now, so you should have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 pages. Now, here's your trick. Notice the blog page, okay? When you go into your pages, okay, and you're ready to add your blog, it is not a standard page, okay? That is the only one where you're going to put it as a blog page, okay? So make sure that you do that. Now, what makes it look different is the following. I'll just go to Mr. Fisher's blog here. What you'll notice about a blog page, you guys, is all the other pages just have a banner, right? And then a blank page underneath, okay? In your blog page, you're gonna find a little tagline, okay? You're gonna find an archives box, you're gonna find a categories box. That's how you know it's actually a blog page and not just a standard page, okay? So you should have 12 regular standard pages and 1 blog page, and you just name it blog, okay? So like I said, I'm gonna put this up, you guys. Now, I highly recommend too that when you're doing your pages, you guys, subpage right away. Don't do your whole list of pages and then subpage. Sometimes Weebly can get a little glitchy, okay? And if you start having issues with trying to subpage, like clicking and dragging those pages over, please let me know, because sometimes I can do it easier, okay, for you if that starts to happen. The other thing I didn't mention to you guys is once we start editing, how many of you guys, I'm just gonna clear the poll. How many of you guys actually have Chrome on your computers? Because Weebly actually is starting to work better in Chrome than it is even in Firefox. So if you have Chrome on your computers or your laptops, I highly recommend that you use Weebly with Chrome. Okay, that's what we're finding here. Okay, you can probably use Firefox for now, but when we start editing the pages and trying to put work on, it's going to be a tough sell for Firefox, you guys. So if you don't have Chrome, I highly recommend actually you guys downloading it as well at some point today, okay, to use Weebly. Yeah, Jeremy, it might, but Weebly actually is that's what we have found, that just this year it's actually working better with the browser of Chrome, okay? So go ahead, you guys. I'd like you to take 10 minutes, okay? And let's set up those pages. If you're having any issues, let me know on Blackboard. So let's take 10 minutes, set up those pages. All right, you guys, go ahead and get started. All right, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you've got all of your pages set up as well. Can you guys give me those green check marks? Let me know that you've got those pages set up, sub pages, right? Were you able to click and drag over and create those sub pages? Give me those green check marks if you were able to accomplish that, to make sure that your blog page is actually a blog, not a standard page. Okay. Good. It looks like the majority of you guys who are giving me those check marks seem to be on track there. If you are having issues, Jenna, that's okay. Just keep following along with us and keep going at the step that you're at, okay? So that you don't fall too far behind, all right? So no problem, Emery. Like when I'm gonna send you guys to the next step, just know that each step, you guys, is all laid out in the assignment as well. There's a couple of more steps that I want to go over, you guys, before we go into English. I just want to get this done. I am going to have to give you a little bit of homework to finish off this assignment before next planning class, but I think you guys can handle it, all right? So once you're done setting up your pages, okay, there's a couple of different things that I still want you guys to do, okay? It's changing the title of your site as well, okay? So just like where we were when we were changing our, the URL, the domain, we need to go back to that settings tab, okay? If you didn't get a chance to change your site address, go ahead and change that. But this is where you're gonna find your site title. I'd also like you to do this as well, okay? So you can call it first name, last name, ePortfolio, first name, last name, website. You can come up with something even more creative than that, as long as it is school appropriate and as long as it is professional, okay? Because again, you guys remember, we will be sharing these websites. Okay, you also have the choice of displaying your title, right, on the top of all your pages or just the home page. Okay, so if you unclick that button, it will only show up on that home page. Okay, so it's totally up to you guys how you want your website to be set up. Okay, and then just make sure you hit save as well, okay? While we're in here, I'm just gonna scroll down. And I think that's all we need to do on the settings here. So once you are done that, you guys, okay, I'm just gonna go back to my build tab, okay? So you do need to change that site title, okay? So that's your next step. So can we take 2 minutes and let's do that, and then give me a green check mark once you've changed your site title, okay? So give me those green check marks, you guys, once you've changed your site title, okay? So go ahead, I'll give you 2 minutes to finish that up. All right. Perfect, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just going to click back over to the assignment now, because now what I'd like you guys to do is we're going to change our editing password. This is the last thing we're going to do before I give you your homework, okay, for this assignment. We need to change your editing password because everybody's password right now to log in is planning, right? We want to change that, okay, so that it's personalized to you and you guys are going to have to remember this, all right? Now, remember though that the Weebly sites, you guys, are all private sites. So if I went onto Google and I Googled one of your guys' names, your Weebly site would not come up onto Google, okay? These sites are very, very secure, and they're also very private because they're password protected. So when I go in to look at your site, it's gonna prompt me to put in a password. That's called the viewing password. So to view your site, okay, the password is planning. That's everybody's, okay? But to log in and edit your site, we're gonna change that. So that's the editing password, okay? So here's what we need to do. When you are back into your Weebly, okay, probably most of you guys are at this spot. If you guys just go back to and click on the little Weebly icon in the top left-hand corner, okay? If you click there, oh, maybe it's because maybe I need to hit the X. Maybe it's the X you guys need to hit. Let's try that. Oh, no. It's probably because you guys are, hopefully you guys get to the page, and it's gonna look different because I'm in a teacher site, you guys. I'm not in a student site. So when you hit that W, you should be able to go back. I wonder if I can get to it from here. No, I can't. You should be able, you'll be in a page that kind of looks like this, but you'll have a little edit. You'll see it in the top right, an edit. And you should, let's see if I've got the screen captures here, right, you guys? So you should go back to this screen, okay? And it'll say account settings up top. That's where you need to be. So when you go into account settings, okay, and then if you scroll down, yeah, or account edit. Yeah, Jeremy, that might be what it is as well. But what you should see is something like this, right? And it'll prompt you to change your password. Okay, that's where you want to change your login password. All right, you guys, and you guys can change it to whatever you want. Just remember that you need to remember this password, okay? So once you are done with that, here is your homework for planning, or for ADC, you guys. I'm gonna scroll back up because remember I skipped a step, and here it is, okay? Once you've chosen your theme, once you've set up your pages, once you've changed your password, once you've put your title on, all those steps that we went over today, your final step is to customize your home page, okay? So you want to make sure, and it's gonna depend on the theme that you chose. Some themes will only let you upload one image, okay? Some themes will let you upload multiple images. So unfortunately in this assignment, you guys, I'm gonna go back and I'm going to add some stuff in here, because if you chose a theme that's only going to let you upload one image, okay, to me, that's minimally meeting, okay, standards, that's minimally meeting. You're gonna get your, 2.5 out of 5, okay? But if you really want to personalize it and really want to customize it, I want you to upload multiple images, okay? Like the example that's in the assignment, all right? So if your theme is only allowing you to upload one image, right, but you want to do more, I'm gonna give you the choice of doing a online collage, okay? And there's a couple of sites that I have that will allow you to do that, and then you can actually upload that onto your site, and then you've got those multiple images. What I'm looking for is personalized images. This is a reflection of who you guys are. It's gonna represent your favorite things and what you love and what you value, right? So, you know, if you've got some family photos, some photos of your friends, photos of pets, anything like that. Now, if you don't feel comfortable putting personalized images, that's totally fine, right? You can still personalize your banner using Google Images, right? But just make sure I can still tell who you are based on those images, right? So you could see, like Mr. Fisher, he was using his football logo, right? Because he loves football, okay? So make sure that you are completing that for homework, okay? There's lots of different ways how to change your background or your banner as well, you guys, again, depending on your theme. So when I go back into Mr. Fisher's portfolio, you guys, you should, depending on your theme, you guys, like I said, you should be able to just, in the build section here, you guys, you'll see if you hover over the banner, right, you can either click on it, right, and you can easily just drag and drop photos in. You can reshape, size them, and if you hover over those images, you might be able to get some different effects, right? You can turn it to black and white, or you can burn the edges, or whatever it is that you guys can do, okay? Really personalize your banner, okay? Now, like I said, if you like, I'm gonna go back in, you guys, and change this assignment a bit and put in those links for the collage makers that you guys can do as well. So then that way, those of you that chose a theme with you can only change like one image, you'll still be able to get those multiple images in, okay? So give me a few minutes to complete that, but by the end of the day, it should be done, all right? That is your homework. So you should have, for your Weebly page, to recap, you should have your titles, right? You should have a title. You should have changed your domain or your site address. You should have a personalized homepage. You should have your pages set up. You should have changed your editing password, okay? So make sure you go through the whole assignment again, go through the steps. Did you get all the steps done? Yes? Awesome, you are done, okay? Next planning class, you guys, I'll show you how to submit this assignment because it is a little bit different, okay? And I wanna make sure that you're doing it correctly. So next planning ADC class, I will show you how to do that. Yep, absolutely, Jenna. If you wanna change pictures later on in the year or whatever, yeah, that is easy to do. Okay, it's changing that whole theme. That's what's tricky. So once you start putting up your personalized images, you guys, and you're noticing, you know, I don't like this theme anymore, change it then before you start changing your personalized banner and stuff, okay? Because you will lose it if you change your theme later on, okay? So try to stick with your theme. So that is the end of planning ADC today, you guys. I want to take a 10-minute break. So we'll come back at about 10:35 and we'll switch over to English. So give Mr. Ross about 5 minutes, you guys, to get the live, change the live classroom. So log out, right, of the live classroom and come back in about 5 minutes. And then you'll see it change to English and we can get going, all right? You do not have to log out of Blackboard, just out of the live classroom, all right? So we'll see you guys in about 10 minutes for English, okay? Bye, guys.